Yeah.
Is this better being in a comfortable city where you know your way around and stuff?
Not having to travel.
Yeah.
Do I have to get close to the mic?
No, you're good.
No, it's great, man. It's not having to travel, different time zones, not having to stay in hotels and be able to stay in my own house, sleep in my own bed, hang out with my dog.
I mean, different time zones is one thing, like when you're in North America, but your last two, you've been two different corners of the world.
Yeah. Jet lagged and it's great, man. I feel amazing.
Been a little bit of an up and down run for you.
For sure.
But talk about sort of the opportunity to rebound again and sort of put some stuff together.
I mean, it's all a process, man. It's a marathon, this sport. And definitely got the weirdest record in the UFC, without a doubt. I don't think anybody else even has 2 draws.
Yeah.
And
very unique on paper for sure.
Very unique, but I think everybody is aware of like what I can bring to the table when I do show up, when I do perform, when I am physically, mentally on point. And right now, I am very much that. I'm very, very much looking forward to putting on an epic fight Saturday.
Do you look back at the draws and do they kind of nag at you a little bit and kind of jab you in the side because you say, man, just a couple things in each of those fights, suddenly I'm streaking,
A couple things called judges and referees. Man. Because I feel like I won both those fights hands down. I think I won 2 out of 3 rounds in the Frivola fight, and I think I won 3 out of 3 rounds in the Bobby Green fight. So, yeah, I think they're both terrible decisions, but it is what it is. Life goes on.
Talk a little bit about Yancy, what he brings to the table, what he's going to show you on Saturday night.
Yancy, man. You know, he's a tough, gritty vet. I'm sure he's a great guy. He's a stud. You know, he's been in there with the who's who as well, and he gets down for a throwdown, but he's been through some worse wars than I have. He's been finished a handful of times, and I've only been submitted once, and I'm looking to take full advantage of that and get a finish here Saturday.
Did you go back and watch any of his film, or we've seen him so many times that you didn't need to?
I had my coaches sit down and study a lot of tape, and then in the beginning of camp, and like get a good game plan going. And then later in camp, I sat down and watched tape myself just to review.
You fought Cerrone, somebody that you're close to. Did you look back at that fight?
Of course, man. Yeah, absolutely.
So how, just coming into this one, how hungry and how dangerous are you? Because you talked about, obviously you're fighting where you're based out of, but also, like you said, with your past and your record, how hungry and dangerous are you, man?
I'm always hungry, man. I'm always looking for that win, always looking for that big paycheck, always looking for that bonus, always looking to climb that ladder. I feel like I can do amazing things in the sport. I feel like I have a talent that's top tier, and I'm hungry to just finally get that ball rolling.
What is it taking to get to this state mentally where you're this happy, where you look genuinely happy right now?
Man. Figuring out life a little bit, figuring out my personal life, sitting down with a sports psychologist and figuring that out, training with the right people, having the right coaches, making sure my technique is on point. Just being healthy too is the first time that my fight camp has not been focused around a weight cut. Like I am on weight since the beginning of fight camp, so that has been a huge factor, not being stressed out with all that. Everything is just coming together perfectly.
And I believe this is the 3rd fight now with Nick as your head coach, or is it 4th?
That's a good question. 4th.
So how's that come together now as you guys are getting to perfect your camp and what you guys are doing together?
It's been great, man. He's taking my striking up a handful of notches. Nick Ursa, man, he's killing it. Really, really helping everybody, including myself, but Ray Borg, John Dotson, Nico, and all the other amateur and pro fighters we have.
You're still pretty young in the sport. How much does that kind of give you some confidence that you've been doing this for a while here at this level, and despite the ups and downs, you can sit there and say, yeah, man, but I was learning. I was still coming up then.
Yeah.
I'm young, and you got a lot of time left on the clock.
I got into this, my debut with Ferguson, I was 8-0, I had 8 fights, and I've only, in those fights, I only fought, one veteran, only had, one tough opponent. And I came in and had that hell of a fight with Ferguson. So I came into the sport super young, got into the UFC super young, super inexperienced. I look back now and I had so many technical flaws in my style. I had so many flaws in my work ethic and my mindset And just I didn't view myself as a man until I was like 25, dude. Like a few months after the Bobby Green fight, I was like, damn, like I'm not a kid anymore. Like I still view myself as a kid when I came in, and I'm still growing up. But that's like, and I know that I could do this shit for another 10 years if I wanted to. You know, I could fight till I'm 38, well, 37, I guess. And yeah, just I'm excited about it, man. Really excited.
Yeah, you've always been the guy I know for your unique strikes, dude, and we talked about it before, but I mean, as you've grown, I mean, is that still going to be you? I mean, have you been working on it? Is it still, talk on it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a leveled up version, man. It's a cleaner version now, you know? Like, there's always going to be that bit that you've seen in the early fights because that's me, that's who I am, that's what I like to do, but it's just clean, it's refined.
A lot of people are picking this to be fight of the night, but you're not. You're expecting the finish.
Yep.
So how do you expect that to kind of go down? Do you see it in a certain round, or do you kind of see it?
Nah, man, no predictions. I'm just going to go out there and do my thing, but I'm confident that, like, I can finish. I finish all the time in the gym, and I've finished in many, many fights that I've had, and I'm confident that I can go out there and get the finish on Saturday.
You talked about Jim Miller being a possible future opponent.
Yeah.
Do you see calling him out if you do get that finish and you're on the mic?
Oh, probably. If he wins as well. If he doesn't win, then probably not.
Have you heard anything from him about it? Does he want the fight too?
Nah, he's been quiet on that. So, I don't know. I know that the UFC has offered him that fight. They gave him the choice between me and Dan Hooker back in the day, and he chose Dan Hooker, which was probably not a good idea. And then I've called him out when I was in Australia. So if we both win here Saturday night, yeah, no more running.
What do you attribute that to? Why do you think he doesn't want to fight?
I'm scary.
With where you're at right now, is there a game plan, or is it better for you to just go out there, read, react, and let it flow?
Read, react, and let it flow.
All right.
Heck yeah.